win this series. And I know a lot of people, may not feel that way. You know what I'm saying? May not feel that way, but your boy John Lee, whatever to do. Oh, I definitely do. But today is Lexie Day, though. Now, they dropped this video on their X account. I got to mute it because it got copyright. But as y'all can see, they're down there in Atlanta practicing. Caitlin Clark did joke about possibly making a comeback, but guys, it was a joke. It was a joke. So I know everybody was like, oh my God, Caitlin. I don't.
Today marks Lexie Hull's birthday, and Caitlin Clark made sure to acknowledge the special occasion with a heartfelt social media message. The Indiana Fever squad is currently stationed in Atlanta, preparing for their opening playoff encounter against the Dream. The team's prospects for postseason success appear promising, particularly if all players contribute effectively during their campaign. The Fever has been operating cohesively, suggesting they possess the capability to advance through this series with relative ease, despite skepticism from various observers. Earlier practice footage emerged from Atlanta showing the team's preparation efforts. Clark made a lighthearted comment about potentially returning to action, though this was clearly meant as humor rather than a serious announcement.
I don't think she's coming back, guys. It was a joke, but I had to report on it because it made the news. Now, it's great to see them down there early. You know what I'm saying? I believe they got to Atlanta yesterday. And me personally, I feel like KK is going to be instrumental in this game tomorrow. KK is going to be the difference maker. I'm predicting it right now. KK is going to have to play. She's definitely going to have to play. And shout out to Sophie.
The squad arrived in Atlanta the previous day, allowing adequate time for acclimatization and preparation. Kelsey Mitchell is expected to play a crucial role in tomorrow's contest, potentially serving as the decisive factor that determines the outcome. Her performance could prove essential for the team's success in this critical matchup. Sophie Cunningham received recognition at Missouri's Hall of Fame ceremony, adding another milestone to her accomplished career. Clark's birthday message for Hull appeared on Instagram, featuring a simple happy birthday, Lex, along with accompanying photos. She followed this with additional posts, promising more good memes ahead, indicating continued social media engagement.
Play. And shout out to Sophie for getting the Hall of Fame at Mizzou. She actually here in Missouri right now. I wish I would have knew that. I would have drove down to Mizzou to see Sophie do their little thing, but I didn't know, man. So, maybe I need to follow some Mizzou stuff so I can be informed. But yeah, guys, today is Lexie Hall birthday, and Caitlin Clark quickly took to Instagram to drop this message for Lexie, man. So as you guys get up, she just dropped something else. So Caitlin Clark said, "Happy birthday, Lex."
The partnership between Clark and Hull has proven beneficial for both players since joining forces in Indiana. Their connection has created positive dynamics within the team structure. Today also featured media availability sessions where head coach Stephanie White addressed various topics. The upcoming game represents the season's most significant contest, making strategic preparation paramount. Opening games carry exceptional importance since falling behind early in playoff series creates unnecessary pressure. During the press conference, White discussed Atlanta's evolution throughout the season, noting their altered starting lineup configuration.
Let's get up. She just dropped something else. So Caitlin Clark said, "Happy birthday, Lex." That's them there. This is so nice, guys. And then she dropped this one here just now. More good memes ahead. So Caitlin is actually finna keep posting. I'm happy that, Caitlin went to Indiana and found Lexie, because had she not had a Lexie there, who knows, bro? And I'm just so happy for them too, guys. But happy birthday to Lexie Hall. Today was media day, so we're going to watch the press conference. Stephanie White.
The Dream no longer utilizes both big players simultaneously, providing greater tactical flexibility. This change allows more diverse offensive approaches while maintaining their interior presence. Atlanta's defensive capabilities have earned recognition as the league's second-best unit in terms of defensive rating. Their length and athleticism create significant challenges for opposing offenses. They effectively pressure ball handlers while maintaining help defense, forcing difficult shots without committing unnecessary fouls. Quick rotations and defensive communication have strengthened their overall defensive identity.
Stephanie White did speak. I'm interested to see what Stephanie White is going to run for this matchup tomorrow. because this is a very, very, very important game. This is the most important game of the season, and I really don't want Stephanie to fuck this up. I just got to be honest, guys. Game 1 is like the most important game. You know, you don't ever want to play from behind because it's just, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to dig yourself in a hole. Not saying that that's going to happen, but, you know, you want to be locked in.
White emphasized the team's resilience and determination throughout recent weeks. Despite various challenges, the squad has maintained competitiveness in every contest. Success requires disciplined shot selection, continuous ball movement, and forcing defensive rotations. Defensively, paint protection remains crucial while preventing excessive three-point attempts and free throw opportunities. The current roster construction limits the team's ability to match opponents' three-point production, making perimeter defense and foul prevention increasingly important.
But, you know, you want to be locked in and ready to go, and hopefully Stephanie White got a solid game plan to where we're confident that we can pull this off. But let's listen to the press conference.
Just being able to look at the game tomorrow. Atlanta is a team you guys haven't faced in a while, so what are some of the things that you have noticed from them that maybe they're doing differently or playing differently, a little bit of different identity from earlier this season?
Well, I mean, I think the first thing is just the change in the starting lineup. You know, the last time we played,
Having injured players travel with the team provides significant cultural and emotional benefits. Their communication and perspective prove valuable during game situations. Extended road trips had created separation, but medical clearance now allows their participation. Three-point guards on the sideline can offer guidance during timeouts and dead ball situations. The modified playoff format ensures home game opportunities, though immediate focus remains on the opening contest.
well, I mean, I think the first thing is just the change in the starting lineup. You know, the last time we played, they were still starting both bigs. You know, it allows them a little bit more versatility in how they're able to play, you know, utilizing their post players in a lot of different ways as they've gone through the season and been able to adjust and how they get them touches and then how they work their three-point shooting around it. So, you know, for us, we got to make sure our attention to detail is high. We've got to make post-entry passes very difficult, and we've got to guard the three-point line.
Lots been made of their offense with Carl coming in and putting his system in, but they're also
Previous playoff formats have been experienced from both player and coaching perspectives. Fan support represents a welcome change from last season's circumstances when Connecticut eliminated Indiana on the road. Both teams have undergone significant changes since their previous meeting earlier in the season. Different starting lineups and tactical approaches require fresh preparation and scouting focus. Recent film study and practice sessions have addressed these adjustments.
system in, but they're also, I think, the second best defense in terms of defensive rating in the league. What makes them so tough on that end of the floor?
They're long. I mean, certainly, you know, they're long, they're athletic. You know, I think that their ability to not just pressure the ball with that length, but build in that help behind. If you over penetrate, you know, they're making you hit tough shots. They're not bailing people out by fouling. You know, they're quick in their rotations, and so that length and athleticism has really helped them on the defensive end.
You guys have been really consistent about wanting to make some noise in the playoffs, even.
Injured players' presence energizes the entire organization. Their vocal leadership and positive energy contribute meaningfully despite their inability to participate on court. Travel accommodations reflected this importance, with previously empty aircraft seats now filled with additional team members. Bench space may become a consideration given the expanded traveling party, but having complete organizational support outweighs logistical concerns. Throughout the regular season, the team maintained expectations beyond mere playoff qualification.
Their officiating, the product in general, this is bad. And it makes you wonder, what are the ratings actually going to look like? Because I told you guys, the ratings and the interest in general has plummeted from the very moment the Indiana Fever come out and said Caitlin Clark would not be back this season. The analytics bear it out, and so
Recent performance levels demonstrated competitiveness against all opponents. Losses typically resulted from controllable factors rather than talent deficits. Executing complete 40-minute performances could yield victories against any league opponent. The playoff reset eliminates regular season records and previous matchup results. Focus centers entirely on Atlanta and Sunday's contest.
the analytics bear it out, and so does this post. This is wild. Tune in Sunday for the WNBA playoffs quadruple header. Games tip off at 1 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. 1.9 million views, 476 likes, and 165 comments of pure ass dragging. The league is getting.
This represents the opportunity the organization has been building toward throughout the season. Home playoff games add excitement after last year's disappointment when fans missed the postseason experience. Indianapolis crowds have demonstrated exceptional support during Pacers' playoff runs, creating electric atmospheres at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Hosting playoff games allows reciprocation for fan loyalty throughout challenging periods. The modified format guarantees home playoff opportunities regardless of Sunday's outcome, but winning the opener remains the primary objective.
Cooked. Absolutely cooked. Pay us what we're worth. Yikes. Yikes. The entire league is an enormous waste of money. What a joke. Guys, that has 1,400 views on it. 103 likes. That's got 1.9 million views and has 470.
Fan engagement and support have been consistent throughout various difficulties, making home playoff games a deserved reward for their dedication. The WNBA faces significant backlash following their promotional campaign for the upcoming playoffs, with social media responses indicating potential serious problems ahead for viewership numbers. A recent promotional post advertising Sunday playoff coverage has generated concerning metrics that suggest widespread fan dissatisfaction. The advertisement for the quadruple header game starting at 1 p.m. Eastern on ESPN accumulated 1.9 million views but received only 476 likes alongside 165 heavily critical comments. This poor engagement ratio stands in stark contrast to typical sports content performance and signals deeper issues within the league's relationship with its audience.
476 likes. Yikes. People cared about the WNBA and you ruined that in one season. You're now back to square zero. Congrats. I can't tell if this is a joke or serious. People are crushing them. You ought to think about getting some refs that call an honest game. Yikes. Yikes.
The negative response extends far beyond simple disappointment about missing players, encompassing broader criticisms of league management, officiating standards, and overall product quality. Fan sentiment has deteriorated significantly since announcements regarding player availability, with analytics showing declining interest coinciding with key roster decisions. The promotional content has become a lightning rod for accumulated frustrations rather than generating excitement for postseason competition. Social media responses reveal several recurring themes of criticism. Many commenters express complete disinterest in watching, with some stating they will actively avoid all playoff programming.
Yikes. F your league. You ruined the only reason to watch and should be ashamed for allowing her to be assaulted on the court. When will I tune in again? Never. Even if she returns as an outstanding. This person is saying he's done, period. How about 50 Cent? Laughing. Not watching until the referees start protecting players.
Others compare the league unfavorably to established sports entertainment options, particularly given the timing conflict with NFL programming. The officiating controversy appears particularly damaging, with multiple comments referencing perceived inadequate player protection and questionable game management. Fans repeatedly mention concerns about physical play standards and enforcement consistency throughout the season. Several responses indicate former viewers have permanently abandoned the league, expressing sentiment that previous positive momentum has been completely squandered. Some commenters suggest the league has returned to pre-growth audience levels after what they view as mismanagement of emerging popularity.
No thanks. Little Uncle Buck. No. No. Thanks. I can't wait to avoid WNBA programming. I'll be avoiding the entire playoffs all the way to the finals My attention will be laser focused on literally anything else. Oh, man. I'd rather eat my own spleen.
The promotional timing strategy has drawn additional criticism, with the decision to launch playoffs against NFL Sunday programming questioned by multiple commenters who view this as counterproductive for ratings potential. Comments range from simple expressions of disinterest to detailed explanations of why viewers have chosen to disengage from the league entirely. The tone across responses suggests not temporary disappointment, but fundamental rejection of the current product offering. Multiple commenters reference specific incidents and decisions that have contributed to their negative perception of league operations. The accumulated grievances appear to have reached a tipping point where promotional efforts are generating opposite reactions from intended outcomes.
Oh, man. I'd rather eat my own spleen. This is not good. No Caitlin Clark, not watching. Oh, pipe down. There's football today. Ooh, I'd rather watch water drip. It's misleading because it makes you think it might be a sports league. Man, I didn't think it was.
The promotional post has essentially become an unintended survey of fan dissatisfaction, with the comment section serving as a repository for complaints about various aspects of league management and gameplay standards. Some responses indicate viewers have shifted attention entirely to other sports and entertainment options, suggesting the WNBA may be competing unsuccessfully for audience attention during a crowded sports calendar period. The engagement metrics and comment content suggest potential significant challenges ahead for playoff viewership numbers. The promotional campaign appears to have highlighted rather than addressed underlying fan concerns about league direction and management decisions. This social media response pattern indicates broader issues beyond typical seasonal viewership fluctuations, suggesting fundamental problems with fan relationship management and product positioning within the competitive sports entertainment landscape.
It's possible, but this commercial makes me hate it more. Wow. No, I don't think I will. It's a great moment at the end of Endgame. Wow. The league is getting crushed. If I wanted to see fake wig eyelashes and nails, I'd go to a fashion show. It doesn't help that the New York.
The negative reaction encompasses criticisms of player conduct, league policies, officiating standards, and strategic decisions, creating a comprehensive rejection of the current organizational approach, rather than specific isolated complaints.